Can you imagine waking up every morning to a relationship that feels brand new every day? I'm talking about a relationship that you have those butterflies that you might have once had when you first met, that same spark, the same glimmer in your eyes for the other person, that same level of affection, that same level of instant compatibility, that you couldn't wait to talk to him on the phone. You couldn't wait to, text him. You couldn't wait to, if you're old like me, you couldn't wait to write letters to him. You couldn't wait to actually be in their presence. Well, I want to ask you a question. What has happened since that time and now? Let's talk about that right now, because I believe that what has happened, we have lost the spark. We have lost the flame, and I'm here to help you to reignite it. And it is possible. Look, I have been in situations where me and my wife, we went through a little difficult time, and we didn't feel as close as we once were. But I knew that something was wrong, and she knew something was wrong. But instead of just kind of just going with the flow, because believe me, I tried to go on with the flow stuff, and that doesn't work, because you just keep picking up more lint. You keep picking up more stuff. You have to stop for a second and reevaluate and say, hey, we've lost where we were, and we want to go back. And if you never really had that, I think this is a great time to pick up where you're at right now and to go forward. It's a brother I know named John, and he has a wife and he has a kid, and he talks about how he woke up. He found himself one day, realized that he woke up, said goodbye to his wife, went to work, came home, said hello when he came through the door, talked about a little chit chat, and then they got the kids, and then they got something to eat, and then went to bed. And then the next day he woke up and did the same thing all over again, and he found himself in this familiar routine, and he could even predict the days. They were so similar that he couldn't even tell them apart, because he could even predict every day the same was going to be the same, just like Groundhog Day, as they say. And he was like, wow, I need to stop. He was telling me about it, and I said, look, this is what we're going to do, and this is what I recommend to you right now. First of all, let's stop and take inventory. You have to recognize that there is a problem, that there's something here that's not supposed to be here, and that is complacency. There is something in your relationship that is causing you to take it for granted, and you don't feel that same spark, because that energy came from the uncertainty. We need that in our lives. That energy came from not knowing when I might have this experience again, not knowing when I might have this feeling again. But you took it for granted because you said, well, now I've gotten married, it's always going to be here. But to fix that weird funk that you can be in, the first step is to recognize that, hey, there is a problem. There is something here that's not supposed to be here. And just like how you set a fire ablaze, we're going to talk about reigniting the spark, but how you set a fire ablaze. First of all, you take inventory. What do you need? Where are you going to put the fire at? What do you need? What's the fuel? The wood. What are you going to use? Paper, whatever. And then what's the combustible? What's the thing that's going to give it oxygen, to give it to make the flame rise up? And then once you light it, what do? You just walk away? You don't take care of it? No, you stand there and you make sure the flame is constant, the embers are burning, and you care it and you tend it. And that's how it is in your relationship. You cannot just have one good moment and just walk away. You can't set something ablaze, maybe had a good intimate moment or whatever, and then just go back to things as normal. No, you have to care for it. You have to tend to it. Sometimes you might have to blow on it. Sometimes you have to give it your special attention. until it gets steady. And then when it gets to the level that you want, you desire, what do? You add the fuel. You keep adding the fuel to it. If you want it to burn all the time, you have to keep adding fuel to it. And that's how it is in your relationship. You have to keep adding to it. And what is that? That is your attention. That is your wholeness. That is active listening. That is listening with your whole body, not just listening with your ears, but you're doing something on your phone, or maybe you're in the room, but you're not really. You might be even looking at them in their eyes, but really you're thinking about the game and how it went in overtime last night, and you're upset, that they have to play another game 7 or something. It's something that is taking your attention away from being in the moment with your spouse. You're taking fuel away from the fire. That's what you're doing. So once you have that, and I know you can say, well, the other person, that they nag and they complain, and they might not be into it as much as I am. Well, you cannot control another person's behavior. What you can do is give them a model. We as human beings, we love to see examples. I mean, really, anything that somebody shows me and I don't quite understand how to do it, I say, well, show me. Give me an example. We love metaphors. We love all those things that would give us more clarity in what it is that we desire to do, or someone else desires for us to do. I still work at a job that we had working standards. And it was things written down, so we will always at least know what to do. And then we had trainers that can show us what to do. So in order to reignite the spark in your relationship, you have to, first of all, reignite it. And then you have to tend to it. You have to care for it. You have to keep adding yourself to it. And sometimes they're going to be where the flame might seem to go down. You might get a little worried. You might not think you have enough fuel to keep it going. But what I urge you not to do is not to walk away. What I urge you to do is to work this thing out. It can be done. And you are the best person to start in your relationship, even if it's just one person right now. Even if your relationship has reached a point where the other spouse is maybe giving up. They might say, well, we've been here before, we tried, this is just how life is, it's not going to get any better, we haven't been intimate in months. No, it starts with you. And my job, I coach a lot of men, and I help them understand that God gave us work before He even gave us a spouse. He gave us a vision. He gave us things to do, and things that He put us in charge of. Now, He put mankind in charge of, but as men, we're the head of the house. And so if something is not right in your house, it's up to you to fix it. It's up to you to start down the road to reconciliation. So where's the fruit? Are you going to get the fruit to the fire? What are you going to do today? I urge you not to give up. I have hope for you. My job is to encourage you to stay in this. We as men walk away too many times from the fire. We walk away too many times when we don't see the level of flames that we desire. But let's put some work into it. Let's add our whole self to it. And I guarantee you will be amazed of the level. You remember that Eddie Murphy special? I think his dad was cooking a barbecue or something. He just kept add a whole bunch of lighter fluid, and he finally lit that joker. He said, "Woof!" He said, "That's a fire." That's how I believe it's going to be in your relationship. It's going to be a fire. It's going to be something good, and it's going to be a contained fire. It's like a fireplace. When we light a fire in a fireplace, it's contained, but it heats up and radiates the whole home. But when the fire comes out the fireplace and it just starts burning everything, that's when it becomes uncontrollable. But in your case, you're going to have that radiant flame, that radiant spark in your relationship. You can do it, and I'm here to help you. And look, if you think this video was helpful, please share this with someone else that you know. I look forward to talking to you again.